Welcome to Hard Work Feels Good, where I tackle firewood, chainsawing, and more while I share my skills. Join me in achieving small accomplishments as part of a bigger picture. It feels good. Give it a try. Okay, guys, welcome back. Little out of breath after doing some wood, but it's that time of year. We're just starting to get snow, so we got to change a hydraulic fluid on my plow. And what we have here is a Fisher Plow. Pretty new. It's only a couple years old, but every year you have to change the hydraulic fluid in it. It'll help maintain its integrity when you're trying to move it, pick it up, etc. Plus, if you're not changing out the oil, you can burn the pump out, and those get expensive really quick. So first things first, always whenever I'm working, I always put cardboard down in case if I ever make a spill of some sort. Makes it easier to clean it up. And then you're also going to need yourself some sort of oil pan to catch it. And then you're going to need hydraulic fluid to replace it. Went to the local Napa store, and this is what they looked up the plow, and this is what they recommended. It matches the specs of everything, and as you can see on here, it's for Fisher Plow. That's what I have. As you can see, so first off, what we're going to do is you got to pop off, there's little tabs, you pop the tabs off, and this plastic cover comes up and off. So once you get the plastic cover off, so as you can see real quick, there is some of the electronics, the hydraulic reservoir, and the pump motor to move it. You always want to make sure that your connections look good. There's no nothing's loose, nothing's chewed. I leave my plow out in the winter time outside until it's time to put it on. So sometimes mice like to get in there, and etc. So that's where I'm at. And then from there, I'm gonna put my collector of oil underneath. And like I said, here's the reservoir. Take that off so it reduces pressure inside there. Hopefully it'll drain out easier. And this is a square nut, so you're gonna need yourself crescent wrench to get it off. Sometimes I've learned that sometimes going tight first loosens it up to make it easier to get it off instead of struggling to try to break it free. Sometimes you'll strip the nut, so that's a little thing I do. I make it tight and then loosen it. What I should do, because I feel like I'm going to drip all over. Alright guys, we're back. Just totally forgot. You should always have some rags with you before you start. So I got some old t-shirts I use as rags. Don't forget, you're also going to need a funnel to refill it so you don't make a mess. So here we go. So I just like to clean this off pretty good and make sure that the threads are clean on the nut. Let that drip for a while. just to make sure. Looks a little bit dirty. Yeah, it's supposed to be more of a blue. Looks a little bit dirty, but not bad. But you know, it's just, I think we're in good shape. You know, I'm pretty good on maintenance on this, but long story short, a lot of people will tell you, you know, you got to take off all the different connections and drain out individually all the lines. You know, you can absolutely do that. I'm pretty on top of the maintenance on this. But as you can see, my fluid is pretty clean. It's not really dirty. You're getting dirt from the bottom of the, from me wiping underneath. But the overall fluid is pretty clean. And that's the key with these. You got to stay on top of the maintenance of it, because if not, that's when they break. Give it another second and then we'll put that back on and we can get it refilled. Of course, when I put the shirt, I made a mess. Okay. You know, you're also checking to make sure that there's no water in there. That's important. Then you know you're gonna have problems if you got water. As you can see, there's no water in there. Just tighten her up, snug her up. I always go hand tight and then one push. Now we'll just take the fluid and, like I said, get yourself a nice clean funnel. Make sure your funnel's clean. You know, there's always those times you leave them in the garage, there's cobwebs in there, etc. You just want to make sure it's clean. Throw your funnel in there and just pour it in. There's nothing else, just make sure there's no other issues, no leaks. All the I already checked, but make sure these are tight. All your connections are tight. I made sure they were tight. None of them, as you can see, none of them leaked. The plow is basically brand new. Like I said, it's a few years old, but if you stay on top of the maintenance, these things will last forever. I see one of the nuts is rusting for the connection to the piston, but I'll address that in a later video. But alright, so like I said, using the blue hydraulic fluid, low temp, minus 50. It is for the Fisher Plow. And they say it takes 2.5 quarts. I have 3 quarts. So as you can see, it looks pretty much the same as what came out. A little bit clearer. So that's one. I know it takes 2 to 2.5 quarts. I always like to just take a peek, just in case, to make sure I'm not overfilling it. Here's number 2. And just to give you a heads up, this was like, I think when I went to the Napa store, it was like $13 and change per quart. For $45 to maintain, you know, a $4,000 or $5,000 plow is pretty cheap to do that every year. So like I said, maintenance is key on everything. Only put about 1.5 quarts in there, but it's, you know, obviously the air, there's no place for it to go. I just want to loosen the funnel up a little bit so that it goes down easier. Actually, I think that's full, and I didn't even put in the full 2 quarts. It's supposed to take 2.5 quarts. And something that's pretty smart to do is make sure you have one funnel for, you know, fuel, one for oils, because obviously you don't want to mix the two. Something I do to make it easy is red is always for oils, clear is always for gas. So I know it's full right here. Long story short, what we're going to do is we're going to hook the plow up to the truck, and then we'll run it and just kind of move it up and down, get some of the air bubbles that are in there out into the reservoir, and we could top it off. Alright guys, we're back here doing the maintenance on the Fisher Plow, and I didn't realize it. I thought I had the body camera going. Got the plow already hooked up. A little bit of a pain, but you know, basically you got to line it up. These pins come out, there's a hole, and there's like a hook inside, and you pull it up, pop the pins, that's it. You got to make the connections, which I know we started to talk about. You got to have dielectric grease. I got it from my local Napa store. It's very important. It makes a good seal, keeps the water out, etc. I always keep these very full of dielectric grease so that they last, the connections last. Can't really put too much. I like to really dab it on just to make sure that it's good. And when you make your connections, it's pretty basic making the connections. They go female to male. There's even a little notch so it lines up, so it goes in right. You get the right one. I always tuck it away inside the bumper, the little cavity there. It keeps it out of the weather, keeps it out of the rain. I just got to get the other one, which my big hands don't fit. And there's the other one, which again, we're going to put dielectric grease on it. Keeps the connections good. Again, like I said, you really can't have too much. Just makes a good seal so that as you're plowing, you know, even if it's not snowing, rain, etc., water doesn't get in there. And you just make the other connection again, male, female. It's got a little tip mark, so you can just line it up, push it together. The excess grease squeezes out, that's okay. It's not gonna hurt it. And again, I tuck everything away nice and neat. Alright guys, I'm just doing some manual grease in here of the plow, just so that it stays fresh while I'm you know, using it. There's no grease points on these homeowner grade Fisher plows, so you gotta kind of improvise a little bit. So I know it's messy using your finger. I do. It's just one of those things that it'll extend the life of the plow, the joints, etc. For the few minutes and a little bit of grease you got to wash off your hands, it will make a huge difference in the long run. The one that takes the biggest hit, guys, is this one, because this is the left and right, and I'm just surprised there's no nipple in there to, like a grease point that you could just stick the grease gun to. You got to kind of manually do it. I know people drill it and put their own on at some point. Maybe that's something I could do, but right now I don't do that. Just want to get that one other side, and then I'm good. Alright guys, I figured I'd give you a quick tutorial, so to speak, to end of this video. And you know, the plow's all hooked up, it's all maintenance. As you can see, you push the down button, it goes down. Up is up, and you can hear it sounds good. The other angle of the camera, you'll hear it. It sounds good. It's not got that crazy squeal, like that type sound. That means it's good, it's clean, it's full. Does make life a lot easier. All right, that's it, guys. Don't forget, hard work pays off. Feels good. Thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. It all helps me bring more videos to you. Until next time, keep up the hard work.